gentlemen, I'm John Gray, and this is the John Olive fifth quarter show for the what, Coach? The 29th year?
I don't know. I've been told it's 28th. I don't count them anymore.
Well, we've been doing this ever since Coach Olive showed up in Tullahoma, pretty much.
Some mathematician can tell you when 1993 to now is.
That's right. And we're here on a Saturday morning after our Thursday night game with the Shelbyville Golden Eagles, which we looked really, really good considering not being able to practice like normal, not having the coaches being able to have contact with the kids as normal. Everything in the world going on that should make these teams be less than tight-knit and ready to go. And we had two good football teams played almost a flawless game. Very few penalties.
I was very proud of our young men. I thought that for it to be a first game situation, no scrimmages allowed this year, that our young men played well. When you watch the tape, you start saying, oh, we weren't nearly as good as I thought we were here or there. But that's okay. That leaves us plenty of room to improve. And first ball game, though, we had playmakers make plays. We had people running to the football, and I don't think we can ask for much more. No turnovers, very few penalties, only one offensive pre-snap penalty on an illegal shift call against us. And defensively, the only penalties we had were effort penalties where we got the pass interference calls against us. And you know, I wasn't unhappy with what our DBs were trying to do. They were doing what they had been taught to do.
Right.
And, it's a judgment call, and we lost out on that judgment.
There you go. But hey, we're just glad to be here. We hope all of you folks are safe out there. I was glad to see the stadium. I looked around, and on our side, it seemed to be probably about a third full.
That'd be about right. We're someplace between 33 and 39%. If we sold every ticket that we had,
that you're allowing yourself to sell,
we're allowing us to sell, to have people in to come to the ball games, obviously,
and feel safe.
What we're trying to do is get athletics for high school athletes going and keep it going. Not get shut down like we did last spring when we panicked, and I think we panicked as a whole nation.
Oh, yeah.
Probably as a whole world, trying to just figure this thing out. Well, we figured out a lot. There's still stuff to go. But we basically have put you into groupings inside that stadium. Now, if you want to go up there and get one of those box areas and you're the first one there and you don't want anybody else to be in your box, I guess that's your privilege. But basically, we know people go to athletic events together. They go with a family. They go with people who they consider to be their extended family.
Right.
And for instance, when we started looking at the reserve seats and we're trying to figure out how do we do this, we realized even though that the vast majority of our seat holders buy 2 seats at a piece.
Right.
But we went back and started seeing that they've sat with the same people for years.
Right.
And so our whole concept is, okay, we're going to put you in groupings of 6, 8, and in the reserve seats it goes up a little bit larger than that. But you're able to, if somebody gets the virus, I know who I sat next to at the ball game the other night. I can contact them.
Right.
Okay. We hope that you're using distance protocol when you're standing in line at the concessions, and that you got your mask on, and you know, we're trying to do things to try to make it to where these young people get a chance to have athletics for an entire year. And we may be stuck doing this in our gym and at our other, our soccer facility. We've got a maximum limit we can let in over there. Our softball facility's already been done as well. It's just, we decided as a school system that it was important for our young people to be able to go back and compete in athletics.
Oh, it is.
And I, as an old teacher, old coach, I'm telling you, our kids want normalcy. We all do. And we know that we can't get all the way back to it, but you know what? Athletics gives them a chance to feel some normalcy. And, is there a risk there? There is a risk there, but I think it's a worthwhile risk to take for these young people. I'm just telling you, all you have to do is be around them, and you realize how much it means to be able to be back with their buddies and to be trying to compete, to have a goal, to work together. And our young men, I don't know how we'll play. I don't know how many games we'll get to play. I hope we get to play all the games that we're allowed to be able to play this year. I hope we play 15, to be very honest with you. And we're over in Cookeville at the first weekend in December.
There you go.
But it is something that our community, our school system made that choice. Well, in order for us to do that, then we've got to have some protocols to help us try to achieve that goal, because the virus is here. It's in our town. It's in our community. Most of us now know somebody that's had it or has it, and we deal with it in the school system. We deal with it in athletics, and so far we've been able to keep cases very isolated, very contained. And the athletes know how important it is to be able to say, hey, I'm not feeling well today, I'm not coming to practice. And we've told them that. We've told them, if things don't feel right, stay away. We need to err to the side of caution. We've got some that live in houses where the virus has got one of the parents or another sibling. Mm-hmm. We tell them, stay until we know where you are.
Right.
And there's protocols that go into play and so forth here.
Right.
But I'm just trying to tell you, we're tickled to death to be playing football at Tullahoma High School. Our soccer and volleyball people, our golf people, our cross country people. Cross country, they're struggling right now because some of the meets that they were scheduled to go to have been canceled. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, you ought to be able to socially distance in cross country easier than the rest of us. But anyway, that's where we are, John.
Okay. Well, and but what happens is, folks, that makes this program right here more important than it's been in years. I mean, it's always been important. And some of the things that we're doing to try to help right now, we're live streaming this program. We've never done that before. To where people who aren't on Charter or who aren't on Light Tube or can't get to us, they can see this show live right now on the internet on their computer.
And that includes our opponents, so it's part of live, but it's good.
But I mean,
it's what we need to do.
It's got to be that way.
That's right.
It's got to be that way.
We're trying to help out, reach out, and that's what it's all about.
We just got through doing South Jackson Goes Country for the 41st year. We live streamed it this year.
Yeah.
Because people couldn't, when people are, it's up to you, folks. I wear a mask most everywhere I go outside. When I'm around people or around places I don't know who's been there. It's up to you to do what you think is right, but it's also up to you not just to protect yourself, but to be protectful of the people you're around.
That's correct.
And so we live stream things where people can sit at their house instead of, the 30% of the people at the football game, or the 30, 60%, 66% of the people, seats are vacant, which are usually full. These people can watch this TV program. This program right here is probably more important to the sponsors this year than it's ever been. Because your advertisement's up in front of all of these people who couldn't get to the football game.
That's correct.
So we appreciate our sponsors. We also have the Grows down here in front of me, behind me, the Legacy Creamery, who is still doing their due diligence to try to get a facility built over here at the school for our athletes. And hang in there, folks. Be smart, but do not live your life in fear. If you are smart and diligent about how you operate yourself, you don't have to be afraid. You can go on and do what you want to do and do it as carefully as you can. And, you know, if it's your time, it's your time. That's all you can say. We'll be back at this commercial break with the first half of Tullahoma and Shelbyville.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 different locations, 8 new car franchises, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, a certified collision center with lifetime paint guarantee, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental. Let our family exceed your expectations at the Russell Barnett Automotive family. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
As football is a tradition in our community, so is Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We were here then, we are here now, serving our community for over 45 years. Continue the winning combination, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration for the win. Call 455-8757, the name you can trust.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
If you're looking for a branding solution, Molly Dixon welcomes you to LogoWare, where your business, school, athletic team, nonprofit, family group, and other organizations can get your logo or message displayed with silk screening up to 10 colors and embroidery up to 15 colors on everything from caps to socks and all the inner and outer wear in between, plus backpacks, luggage, duffel bags, handbags, and purses. All work is done locally, in-house, on nationally branded product from Nike, Eddie Bauer, New Era, Carhartt, North Face, Russell Outdoors, and many more. So simply, why should you entrust the branding of your business or organization to a stranger on the internet when you can spend your money with a local business that offers competitive pricing and local professional service? For the answer to this question, Molly invites you to visit her at LogoWare, 401 South Washington Street, Tullahoma, 931-222-4103. Jeff and Jay Dameron ask you to visit the Dameron Brothers stores, the short stop on the Manchester Highway, and Brothers Local Market on Clement Drive. Both offer great food and beverages, household goods, supplies, BP fuel, and with a courteous staff and clean environment. There is a Brothers Reward program in place at both stores. Brothers Local Market also offers non-ethanol fuel and will soon have a spirit pump where a percentage of the sales will be donated to Farrah School. And don't forget the fresh baked donuts, muffins, and other bakery items. Jeff and Jay invite you to take advantage of and enjoy the products and services at their locally owned stores, where your dollars grow the local economy and support local needs. Short stop on Highway 55, Manchester Highway, Brothers Local Market at the corner of Clement Drive and Old Winchester Highway.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, here's one of the first unique things. Only one person can be sent out for the coin toss. Tyreek Nard is who we sent out. You notice that the officials are boxed off there, distanced apart, about 15 feet. That's not a normal look for a coin toss, and it also puts a little bit more pressure on us because you don't have other players out there to give your player reassurance that, I'll give you an example.
Making the right
If you
decision.
win the toss, that one's easy. But if you lose the toss and the other team doesn't do exactly what your coach told you he thought they would do, then you have to make some decisions. And I guarantee you that the Shelbyville is not wanting to be kicking toward the scoreboard right now. I guarantee you that they would be preferring to be defending the scoreboard on this first kickoff, and that has to do with second quarter and halftime. That ball, nearly died like a chip shot, and Jacob Dixon runs up there and gets on top of it. So we got the ball at the 27. We're going to open it up running with Jacoby Thomas, their safety. Puckett does a good job there of a one-on-one tackle. You can tell that Jacoby hadn't had a scrimmage because he'll run different in the second half than he does in the first half. It just, he ran the ball one time in our little inter-squad scrimmage that we had, and that was it. That's the only time he's running live action. So anyway, we get the first down after 2 plays, and now we're going to throw the ball deep to Brody Melton. Had both Jacob Dixon and Brody Melton behind them, and Brody Melton is who we thought would be the one that would come open. We didn't expect Jacob to be open. And
it's a pretty quick start, Coach.
Ryan Scott, in his first start, no scrimmages. That was my biggest concern, is not having any scrimmages to get Ryan a little bit of reps and so forth. But touchdown, and Reagan Tomlin snapping this year. Snaps the ball there. DJ Dillahay doing the holding, and one Justice Chadwick. And this is something right here we hadn't had in years. Boom. Watch where this thing lands. I mean, it's awesome. And in Tennessee football, high school football, it's an automatic touchback. You cannot bring the ball out of the end zone. And Justice Chadwick puts every kick in the end zone in this ball game.
I was going to say, this kicker we've got, he's college level right now.
Well, he wants to get there. He wants to get there, and he's ranked in the top 100, I think number 74 by Cole's Kicking Schools in the nation for his class.
And what class is he in?
He's a junior.
Well, he's
and Shelbyville, they're going to be really good offensively. I'm telling you, Cunningham's really good. They've got some really good athletes around him. They got a little quick screen on right here, and Justin Scott's going to make the play. They ran a quarterback sweep there that picked up a first down, and they're a no-huddle team. So they let you line up and then call their play.
They have some returning athletes from last year that are exceptional athletes.
They do. Now, they lost a lot of their skill players last year. Now, 12 is the coach's son, so he's come with his father. He played really well in the state championship game for Lake County last year. And then Young over here, number 9, he's an outstanding athlete. You're going to watch him make a catch here in a minute that you just realize how special a football player he is. And the quarterback there, we had him hit right there for a yard or 2 gain, and he goes ahead and goes airborne. Here's the catch. I'm telling you, we've got him covered about as well as you can cover, and that video doesn't give it justice.
No, he goes up and lays parallel to the ground and makes the play.
That one, he went right over the top of us. He out-athleted us right there and was able to hang on to the football, and good job by them.
But if you look at their line, they got some beef up front.
They do, and 71's a transfer that's come in from Alabama and playing center for them there, and he's a pretty good football player. We were able to find some video of him floating out there from his days at high school down in Alabama, and so we knew a little bit about what he was like. And
great job outside.
Good job there by Adam Owens. Adam, good tackle, wrapped those feet up, didn't dive at him. He grabbed those legs. And I had the advantage of having a freeze and a slow-mo. That one should have been an incomplete pass.
That's what I was thinking.
It bounced. But it is what it is.
That's right.
They have to make that call in real time, and then they're going to run it in the end zone right here. Good execution by them. We're not able to knock him backwards. Cunningham's a good-sized young man. They've got a very unique two-point alignment here. We had seen that in some Lake County tapes, and so we were able to line up and make them kick the PAT, which they do. So 7-7, they've driven the ball. We've had a big play. So, and again, they make you adjust and do things because they wait until after the whistle's blown before they break out and fan out. So you have to be lined up there with them. Jacob Dixon on the return here, finds a little crease.
Good job.
Runs it north and south. That's what I like, is we're out at the 38-yard line. That's
Catch the
good
ball
field
and
position.
go straight.
That's correct. Find the little creases and get those extra 5 or 6, 7 yards. And if you break a tackle, maybe you get in a foot race. Great job blocking out there by Joe. I don't know, we don't have replay here, but when you're watching this later on, you watch Joe Duncan out there on the outside on that play. He absolutely stones the guy by blocking. Joe's country strong. We try to get in behind them again right there, and their number 3 did exactly what he was supposed to do, what we didn't think he would do, but he did it. And so anyway, good play by them. So it puts us in a 3rd and long. We thought we might slide one through there, catch them fanned out a little bit. They do a good job, play good defense. We're going to have to punt the ball to them. Got the ball on the 42-yard line. Watch where the ball comes down when the camera catches up to it. He's getting it at the 10. That's a 48-yard punt.
That's incredible.
With over a 4-second hang time. And great job by the cover team. Owen Stroop makes the tackle there. Owen, I think, was all over the field Thursday night. So we've got them backed up to the 14.
And the Stroop generation goes on and on.
Got 2 of them playing for us right now. Good job there by Caden Tucker. That's the way a linebacker's supposed to look. Scrape and wrap them up. Second down, and Cunningham's going to keep it.
He's elusive.
We couldn't get off the block there. We had the one that took the running back, but didn't have anybody take the quarterback. He's going to come back right here, and he throws that one up, and they're going to call pass interference on us. And we're all right because he didn't break that because we got them backed off, knowing that they'd try to draw us off. And they go deep again, and this time Will Parton back there breaks it up. I thought he was going to get an INT, and then I thought Landon Fouch was going to get the INT off the deflection.
Off the tip drill.
But we couldn't hang on to it. If there was anything that we really want to improve on is we create some turnovers. We get the ball and get some extra snaps. 3rd down long right here. And they're going to try to run a screen, and the guy that makes that play is 43, Tyreek Nard. Mm-hmm. Tyreek gets in the way, makes the quarterback have to adjust the throw, and you'll see another defensive end later on do exactly the same thing. And I don't know why we didn't get catch interference right there. We're coming up to try to make a fair catch, and we get waylaid.
Gets knocked out.
So, I mean, he's even waving for a fair catch, and he gets waylaid. So the officials didn't have any scrimmages to warm up with either. So they got to warm up as we go through this.
It's just a strange situation. It felt strange in the stands. I'm sure it feels strange to the kids because of the way they've had to prepare and not prepare.
Well, we prepared for it as if it was a scrimmage. I mean, that's what you had to do.
There.
And Ryan Scott to Jacoby Thomas. And
that's beautiful right there.
Again, basing it upon what we had seen on video from really Lake County video. Figuring that how they were going to try to cover us and that we thought we could get Jacoby one-on-one with a linebacker, and we did. And we like that. We'll take that one every time. Justice puts it through, so we're up 14-0, and I'm telling you, this is as exciting for me as anything else we did, is that we, boom, here it goes again. And there's the whistle blowing because it's landing in the end zone, and they get the ball 80 yards away from the goal line. I love it.
Well, and he just doesn't accelerate into that ball. His acceleration point is about 2 steps away from that ball, and when he hits it, it's like it's been hit with an anvil.
I'm telling you, he's worked hard at it.
Get out there,
he
boys.
Has gone and had the benefit of 2 really good kickers working with him. But anyway, it's 14-7 at the end of this quarter, and Justice, I'm just telling you this, he's got a kicking coach that does kickers here in the mid-state area. He's got Michael Holliday that works with him on our staff every day, and then Michael Holliday becomes really great friends with a former NFL kicker who happens to have a house out on Timms Ford Lake and brings his son to our field to kick in the summertime. And Michael made contact and friendship with him and so forth. And so what he does now is when Justice is struggling on something, he'll videotape it, he'll send it to the former NFL kicker, and the NFL kicker says, hey, do this right here. Justice works at his craft extremely hard, and I am so proud of what he has. He's always had a live leg, but he's learned how to kick a football, and I hope that he'll stay healthy and that we'll...
He's not that big a kid.
He's gotten a lot bigger. He's gained about 18 pounds since last year. So he's, 6'1", 6'1", and about 75 pounds now. Last year he was about 150.
Like I said, he's not that big a kid.
His goal is to go kick at the next level, and his kicking coach, who kicked for the University of Tennessee several years ago, has told him you got to weigh at least 185 pounds. He's on his way to making it to 185
I guarantee
pounds.
he will. That's all he has to do. But he's sitting there, and we're watching this and watching him hammer the ball on the kickoff, and I said to Max, that's sitting next to me, my friend Max Terrell, I said, I wonder if he can kick a field goal. Well, then it's not too long after that, I see he's out there, somebody's putting the ball down, and he's hammering them through from like 35, 40 yards, and I'm going, yeah, he can kick a field goal too. So, hallelujah. We'll be back after these messages for the second quarter. Tullahoma and the Golden Eagles of Shelbyville 2020.
Hey folks, Marty Scott here, Hometown Auto Sales. Been doing business in Tullahoma for 32 years. A lot of you know me. We've had the car lot for about 15 years now. You probably didn't know we've had a body shop for 12 years. Most of the time, friends, family, other car dealers is all that we cater to. Well, now we're going to expand a little bit. We've got a new frame machine, we've got some new equipment. We're going to be opening up for the public to be able to suit your needs the same way as we did through the years. We're over here on 513 East Carroll. So folks, y'all come out and see me. We've got Connor Austell here, will take care of you in the front. Then we got Chris Tinsley over here, take care of you in the back, and I'll do all your frame straightening and anything that you need. So folks, y'all come out and see me. Telephone number is 455-4733. Look forward to serving you. And as always, we give a little special deal to the vets and the seniors. Y'all have a good day.
Since 1917, Builder Supply has been the place to go for all your building materials. It's where the contractors have shopped for years. Builder Supply stock Temco shingles, case knives, DeWalt, Stanley, and Makita tools, Peachtree Southern Rose and Sun windows, quick-set locks, General Shell brick, yellow wood, and pass-load nail guns and nails. Experienced salespeople are there to help you find the right products for your job. So when you're ready to build, whether large or small, think Builder Supply, 301 South Atlantic Street in Tullahoma.
Thank you, Dr. Colin Bills, for once again covering the Wildcats football game. In addition to his sideline presence, Dr. Bills with Tenova Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is offering an injury clinic every Saturday morning from 9 to 12 throughout this fall season for athletes of all ages. Located at Suite 300 of the Jackson Medical Plaza, 1805 North Jackson Street. Whether you've experienced a sprain or more serious injury, you no longer have to wait until Monday to see an orthopedic physician. Thanks again, Tenova Orthopedics, for your support, and go Wildcats!
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, we open the second quarter. Tullahoma's up 14-7. Shelbyville has the ball. And he's going to try to hit a quick out right here, and he and the receiver are not quite together on that one. Second down and 10. Here comes a sweep pass. He was looking to throw it there. He's the backup quarterback, and fortunately for us,
he gets one off later in the game.
He does. I'm not sure we have it on video, as we started having video problems. So it's third and long. They try a quick screen, and Jalen Newsome, 77, right there in your screen. He's the defensive end that dropped off, and that made Cunningham have to throw the ball high. And so they might not get any credit for having made any real good play there, but both those situations, Nard the first time, Newsome the second time, recognizing screen and muddying the window.
And that is a shank.
That was a shank. Now we need to make them pay for the shank. You take over at their own 35, you need to go. Jacob Dixon, great job. That's designed to go wide. And the defender overplayed it. Jacob caught the ball and went north and south, and he gets the first down.
Yeah.
We're going to come right back because they're putting 2 over 2. We're going to take 2 over 2, and we pick up another 5. Joe Duncan doing a great job out there getting on somebody, and that's tough sometimes. You got to decide who you're going to block. And we come back, and we run the sweep right here, and that'll be the last time that he goes down that easy. I'm telling you, Jacoby's a special player. He's a special talent, and he will just learn. And you'll see it. You'll see it in the second half. He does. The next time he's in that situation, he won't stick his foot in the ground and go outside. He'll stick his foot in the ground and turn it north and south, and he'll buzz right through there. And that's where we got our only offensive penalty against the first team. Jacoby didn't get set. He took a step up and then took off running, and can't do that. Got to be set for a full second. Jackson Sheffield, sophomore running back, great job. That's north and south running behind some big linemen. J.T. Taylor at center, Tydrell Mitchell at one guard, Ian Poe at the other guard. And we'll get the tackles here in a minute. And then Ryan makes a great read right there. I thought he was going to get in the end zone. Their safety does a good job keeping him out. And Then we go to our Wildcat formation. Jacoby's there, and you can see our timing's off a little bit. I'm just glad that he and Dixon are both athletic enough to stay on their feet. And Jacoby, that play was not designed to go over there, but
he tap danced on in.
That's one of the reasons you use the Wildcat formation, is you try to put your best athlete back there touching the football with a couple other good athletes coming in motion. And Justice puts it through. Those other two starting offensive tackles, Caden Bradford's at right tackle, Logan Crouch is at left tackle. And the best thing about that offensive line, one senior, Tydrell Mitchell, the rest of them are juniors.
No wonder you're smiling.
So that one wasn't going to quite make it to the end zone, but it does. So it's another touchback for Justice. And we're up 21-7.
And as we get to the end zones and show the pictures, we want our fans to realize that the band is sitting in one end zone.
Yeah, the band is up now that it's gotten dark. They're in the scoreboard end zone. Originally, we were going to put them up at the school end, but Mr. Scott said it just wasn't enough space for them. They're having to do this for two reasons: social distancing. There's special social distancing rules for the band,
right?
Because of supposedly spit coming through horns and stuff. Right. And so instead of trying to space them out through our entire band throughout the stadium, we put them down in the end zone. They can space out the way they're supposed to be, and nobody's within 20 feet of the horns, in front of the horns.
And everybody's happy.
And so anyway,
and number 14,
and it allows them to have their entire band there and perform at halftime.
Right.
Versus they can't perform, or I guess they could, but you could have a pep band, but you couldn't have a full band in the stands. It would just eat up too much of the stadium space.
Well,
and trying to make protocol.
Come with them.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, it would create real trouble for us. So I'm very grateful for the sacrifice that our band has made, and as we all try to find our way through this, and I wanted the band to be able to perform at halftime. And great job there. I think that was Landon Fouch over there that closed on that, and so they're well short of a first down. They're going to try to draw us off, then they're going to go for it.
Our defense is caught on.
And then Landon Fouch is getting ready to make another play right here. He's going to turn him up on his head. There comes Landon. There goes the quarterback on his head. He's a yard short. And
his feet made it across the line.
We need to make them pay. You're going to go for it on your side of the 50, then offensively we need to make them pay for it. And we get Adam Owens behind them here, and just one of those things. It happens. And Adam Owens is one of the most improved players. Turn around, and I guess Ryan Scott probably thinks I am jinxed on this drive. And Brody Melton, who already has one touchdown, dropped that pass, so now it's third down.
That could have been another touchdown.
Well, we'll just go after him again.
2 in a row.
And Ryan does a great job buying some time. Joe adjusts his routes. They're trying to play man-to-man, and Joe runs away from his guy that's trying to cover him. Cunningham had him on the post, but then Joe bent it back out, and Ryan finds him, and I thought that was one of the best plays of the night right there, just because those two guys never gave up on the play. And Ryan bought time by moving out and didn't try to take off running. He was still looking to throw the ball. Joe adjusted his route when he saw Ryan break and catches it right in stride for a touchdown. That was a great job. 28, that is awesome. And that one's about 6 yards deep in the end zone.
And we had 2 touchdowns dropped and 1 touchdown caught in the same series.
In the same series, three plays. Quick strike, but I think we may be a quick strike team this year. I think we've got a chance to pound you on a lot of nights.
Ooh, just barely missed him.
That was Jacoby that missed him there. I want you to understand that Jacoby lined up all the way on the other side of the field in front of that guy. See where Jacoby is now? That's where he lined up on that last play when he came over there and changed it. good play by them. We were almost going to sack a quarterback, and Young, that was a tough situation. Owen had moved over to the corner as we were giving a corner a break, and Owen go, this is a teachable moment. We had Owen in a tough situation playing man-to-man without any help on Young. We had a blitz on, didn't get to the quarterback. They score. They come right back. We're outmanned over there. And that's the reason they went for the 2. Is we had somebody miss a line. Owen Stroop, though, comes through, makes the play. He didn't hang his head. He didn't give up and think, oh my, what have I done? He just plays football, and that's what it's all about. I get another chance. And that's what he did, and it was a great job. Great teachable moment for us.
Can you imagine walking into that Stroop household over there if he had dropped his head?
I know what it'd be like, but I'm proud of him.
Well, you're proud of
Adam
all
Owens there.
Shoot,
Gets the ball back out to the 22. And this is Jackson Sheffield, and good defense by them. We didn't get much movement there, and give credit to them, though. They were slanting in the right direction, and they won that battle. We're sitting here trying to think if we can get a first down, we'll go after them again. And good patience there by Jackson. We had some movement that time, got us 3 there. But we leave ourselves with a 3rd and long 5. And we were trying to hit a little shot right there and can't do it. Ryan gets out of bounds, but we're 1 yard short. That would be one of those where we wish he had, went for the first instead of us having to punt it to him. But we'll punt, and I don't know. It's not a whole lot of time left when we punt it right here. We're inside a minute, or just outside it. Again, that didn't look like a very good punt, did it? You know how many yards that was?
It looked like a good one to me.
It was 42 yards. And I thought he had mishit it.
No.
And 42-yard punt. So he's got a 47 and a 42-yard punt in this ball game, which that would be the last time he'll punt. And Shelbyville's willing to run the clock out. We're willing to let them run the clock out. We'll give them first downs right now. We just don't want to give up anything deep. No cheap. We don't want to let number 9 or number 3, either one, get a cheap one on us here if we can help it.
Well, that's what I was figuring. I figured they were going to do a little lulling and then try to.
You can see how loose we are. We're backed off and out of there. Tyreek Nard's on the end of half there. He takes the dive, and so we go in at half, 28-13. Super excited.
Yeah, I mean it's almost, as far as penalties are concerned, it's almost a flawless first half. I mean, that's not what I expected with the way these kids have had to work without coaching and without being together. And that's one thing that I want to speak to is the fact that for our young men to be able to come out in these circumstances and perform the way they have, to me, shows great leadership among them.
Yeah, they're getting better at it. They're learning, and every day is a learning experience and growing experience for them in that area. We have some that want to be leaders that are having to realize, in order for me to be a leader, I have to approach it maybe a little differently than what I thought. One of the things that we try to point out is real leaders are servers. They learn to serve.
Right.
When you learn to serve others, it's amazing how people will follow you.
Right.
And so, that's one of the things that this team's making some strides at, is learning about that this team, my teammate, I'm happy for my teammate when something good happens for them instead of me pouting about what didn't happen good for me.
Right. Well, but it shows when these kids couldn't be around the coaches couldn't be around them. There's no way to regulate me calling up Johnny calling Johnny and saying,
that's correct.
Hey, call Tommy, Billy, and Ted, and I'm calling Frank, George, and yep. Larry, and we're going to meet in my backyard tomorrow afternoon, and we're going to work on a few things. that type of leadership had to take place, in my mind, for us to play a football game like we played on Thursday night.
Oh yeah, they were getting together. Some of them were.
Yeah, so we appreciate them, and we appreciate our coaching staff and our school system for standing behind us. You know, football is not just important for football fans. Football is the money generator for most of the sports that we have in Tullahoma, in the school system.
It and basketball are the two money generating sports that.
Let the other things happen.
Right, and
the soccer and the golf and the tennis and
right now we're not on generate. We're generating about a third of what we normally would be generating in a ball game like we just played. We probably made about half of what we normally would have made. Booster clubs though, got both the band boosters and the quarterback club were able to have concessions, which that generates monies for those individual programs there, football and band. But the monies that, for the people who come to the ball games, you know, that monies goes throughout the athletics. Because once football pays for itself, then we take the rest of those monies, and there are certain sports, I'll use the example, golf. Our golf teams are playing really well. Our girls are playing very, very well. Okay, they can't generate monies except their boosters, and their boosters do a good job of generating monies to help that program and so forth. But the part that they get from the athletic department, they have no way of generating that money, and so that money's come from the sports that can generate money.
And I'm sure tennis and volleyball.
That's correct.
And those
there's others that we have that you just there's cross country that's going on right now. Volleyball, we sell tickets for volleyball. Okay, they've got a chance to generate money and so forth. But a sport like tennis, cross country, golf, bowling, they don't have those opportunities, but we think those are important programs to be offering to our students, and that we have student athletes that excel in those sports, and that we want to keep those sports going.
Well, and one thing you can do, folks, is it's real simple, and I'm not trying to put judgment on anybody for how you need to spend your money or how much money you have to spend, because I know in our household we don't have a whole lot of extra, and there's a whole lot of you out there that probably don't. But that hamburger is just as good over at the quarterback club, and that steak sandwich is just as good, no matter how many people are in the stands. It's just as good as it was when the house was packed.
Yep.
And you go over there and you get you a hamburger and a Coke, and it's $4, and you throw them a $5 bill. Just tell them to keep the change for the program. Throw a little extra in the pot if you can. And I'm not trying to embarrass anybody into doing something, but a lot of times we take 50 cents, 30 cents, whatever's left over out of that. Just say, hey, y'all just put that in there, because enough people do that. There's money there.
It'd make a difference.
It makes a big difference, and we want to keep our young men and women active off the street. That's one thing that was great about doing our South Jackson Goes Country show. They're not on the street.
Yep.
They're with adult supervision, learning a skill for the future. And that's the most important thing about athletics, is the mentality of team sport, and getting yourself knocked in the dirt and crawling back up prepares you for life. We'll be right back after this commercial message.
Ah, the glory days. Running to daylight on the gridiron and chasing a ball with a mind of its own. Cheering the team to victory and marching to the beat of your own drum. Memories that last a lifetime. But sometimes we're reminded of our glory days in ways we'd rather forget. Get back in the game. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live and play well.
Donuts. Tasty. Donuts. Donuts.
Daddy Billy's Deli Bar and Grill has been open at 119 Northwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma for over 40 years, serving up good times and great food. The inside is now a non-smoking facility and had a great outdoor patio area with a covered stage, a fire pit, and a second bar where smoking is allowed. The food remains great at Daddy Billy's, from burgers to paninis, salads, wings, with new items being added all the time. Great sides from onion straws, flat fried potatoes, and Tullahoma's only corn salad. Music and sports are important at Daddy Billy's with jam night every Wednesday night, bands and players on the weekends, and big screen TVs all over the place to watch sports. Daddy Billy's is now open Monday through Saturday and closed on Sunday. As a non-smoking venue inside, all ages are welcome to enjoy the food and fun at Daddy Billy's. With a great selection of domestic, imported, and local craft beers, a full liquor and wine selection, and the best food around, there is no reason for you not to be part of the good times at Daddy Billy's, 119 Northwest Atlantic Street, downtown Tullahoma.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Attention, attention! Tullahoma and surrounding areas? Spinelli's Pizzeria is now open at 121 Northwest Atlantic Street in downtown Tullahoma. They specialize in Philadelphia-style pizzas that you can order by the pie or by the gigantic slice. Spinelli's also has great sandwiches with breads imported from Philly, loaded stromboli, salads, and desserts. They are open from 11 a.m. until 3 a.m. with delivery every day. So stop by Spinelli's and get a slice.
At Minuteman Press, we can handle all of your design, print, and promotional needs. But did you know that we can print on so much more than just paper? We can help you with your outdoor advertising, such as posters and banners, even lawn signs and flags. We'll make sure all of your employees are dressed in custom branded apparel. Promotional items are a great way to keep your name in front of customers and attract new ones. Did you know that 89% of consumers can recall the advertiser of a promotional product they had received over the past 2 years? At Minuteman Press, we have the expertise to handle your entire direct mail campaign. Why direct mail? Because 65% of consumers have made a purchase because of direct mail advertising, and 39% have tried a business for the first time as a result of direct mail. So we will show you the best way to generate results for your marketing and advertising campaigns. At Minuteman Press, we design, print, and promote you. Contact us today to find out how we can help your business.
The choices we make today will impact tomorrow. Choosing natural gas today is the responsible energy choice for your home, your family, and our environment. Almost all natural gas we use is produced right here in North America. And with plentiful gas reserves, we can enjoy a safe and reliable energy future. Natural gas. The comfortable and responsible energy choice for today and tomorrow.
Brought to you by Elk River Public Utility District. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, Shelbyville had the option to receive or kick. They don't choose to receive. We're going to defend the scoreboard. And Justice Chadwick puts another one deep in the end zone. And they're going to bring the ball back to the other side there.
Ooh,
and
big lick.
We're right where we needed to be. Good play on that far side. It may have been Caden Bradford and
missed him.
Caden Tucker. We missed him there. We had two of them miss him. He actually ended up gaining a couple more yards out of that when we had him nailed for a 1-yard gain. Third down and about 4. And here comes your quarterback sweep, and he's going to make the first.
He's elusively quick.
He ran, if you remember last year as a sophomore, he had 2 touchdowns called back against us that he ran long ways. We try to go deep there, and Landon Fouch tips it away. DJ Dillahay coming over the top. Come back, and quarterback tries to keep it again, and defense says, nope, not this time, as you've got 4 of us there getting up off the ground. 3rd down long. Right where you want them.
Reminds me of a country song. I held the ball on the tips of my fingers, and you knocked it right out of my hands. Tullahoma High School Wildcat defense.
And they try to hit the out route there, and we're in good shape against the out route. Even if he had caught it, it had been short of the 1st down. They might have been tempted to go for it, but punt it away here, and Jacoby's going to make the fair catch, not let it hit the ground and roll, and we'll take over
Good
right
job.
there.
I didn't figure that boy would get that one away.
Ryan Scott on the keeper there. Picks up 4 or 5, and what I like is you see in those Cardinal uniforms attacking,
downfield, pushing
people backwards.
And they're pushing some big people.
And we hand it off to Jacoby, and
there's that runner back.
Yep. I'm just telling you, he just hadn't had enough handoffs, because doing it in practice is not the same as doing it against somebody else. And he'll get better and better both, and
look at that.
We'll utilize him like we did last year. He'll be in the backfield sometimes, be a wide receiver the next time, because when he goes to wide receiver, it makes you have to make some adjustments.
Oh, yeah. But he abuses people when they try to tackle him.
And here he comes again and makes that guy miss, and he gets, look at all the extra yards there. And
number 19 needed to be scolded.
So we're making good progress here, good drive, eating clock. Jackson Sheffield, look at that. I mean, it looks like they've stopped him for very little, and it's going to be 5 yards.
Well, look who's getting up off the ground underneath him.
Yep.
That big red line, that's who.
57 Tydrell, and we passed pro really well so far. Good job. They had us covered. Good job by them. Ryan pulls it down.
Ooh.
Goes and makes a yard. Need to make sure Tydrell doesn't do friendly fire here.
I'm glad he didn't hit anybody.
No friendly fires. And here you can see the acceleration. I mean, that's only 5 or 6 yards, but that was a play that was a 2-yard gain at best, and he's ripped it up there for 7 or 8. And Jackson Sheffield running it hard right there. And Jackson picks up good yardage.
See what class is
Sophomore.
Jackson? Sophomore.
Mm-hmm. And we come back and we try to hit Brody there, and good coverage by them. They're playing us man to man, and just good. That's a good job by them. Good read by Ryan. He did what he was supposed to. We fumbled the ball there, and that kind of keeps us from being able to complete this drive, but we'll turn it over to Mr. Chadwick with DJ holding and Reagan Tomlin snapping.
Boom.
And it's right through there. And so we eat over 5 minutes off the clock, and we score. And that's the way you want to start a third quarter.
Better than that, 31-13.
And put it in that end zone. I love it. Love it.
There's a difference in the sound of when he hits that football.
Oh, yes.
And you know that he has just hammered that thing by the sound of it.
Good job there by Caden making the tackle. I can have my back to him and know it. We're going to take time out here. This is their 2-point extra point set, and they're using it out in midfield. We call timeout. We're not lining up to it correctly because nobody thought about teaching it out in the open field. We just worked on it down on 2-point area. Now here's your halfback pass. We knew that they would do it, and they executed it. The wide receiver was able to get it over our DB there, and but you know what I love about that? When I looked at it from the end zone cut, We got 7 Cardinal jerseys closing and chasing on that dude. One of them being 57, a defensive tackle. And, you know, we're running to the football. That's what defense is all about, it's running to the football.
And they're falling apart a little bit right here.
Yeah, they have 2 straight, if I remember right. And then he's on well, we missed one play. I don't know. Someplace in here we don't miss a play because we start having camera trouble.
Close.
And it may be this play right here that's going to be missing. They're going to have first down. Yeah. We had an interception, but they called pass interference on us.
Right.
That was not on that tape right there. And so anyway, instead of us getting a big play and a turnover,
we get to battle some more.
We get to battle some more with them. And we're battling. We're doing a good job of battling. So that pass, they got called for throwing it to an ineligible receiver.
Now, how is Shelbyville going to stack up in their region?
I don't know. They're playing a lot of new players right now, but as long as you got number 8 right there and that number 9,
got a shot?
I think that they got a shot just because of the size of those guys up front. And I saw Coach Puckett's team play in the state championship last year. You know, I would have paid a lot more attention to that team if I had known that Shelbyville was going to be looking for a coach and hiring him. But I stood on the fence there at Tennessee Tech when his team was playing Greenback, and they were a physical football team. I think they'll become, you know, I think that that'll be his goal, is that they'll become a physical football team that imposes their will upon you, and then have some really good athletes that you can put the ball in their hands so that it's physical, but I can score at any time because we're so athletic.
I can score when you're worn out. The other guys are worn out now. Let's go score 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I just think that, and that's what his team at Lake County was built. I mean, they were.
Where's Lake County?
Out on West Tennessee, up there I think it's
close to Kentucky, up in that area. Up in there.
Not sure. It's maybe closer. It's between Dyersburg and Jackson, I think. I think it's over there next to the Mississippi River, to be exact. I think the first time I ever heard of Lake County, I'll go on a little rabbit trail here, but
that's all right. I like rabbit.
1979, Alcoa High School hosted a doubleheader for state championships. First time that was ever done, maybe the only time it was ever done in our state. Alcoa played Lake County for the single A state title in 1979, and Maryville and Milam played in the back half of that.
Used to have some big football teams.
Doubleheader.
Yeah.
It was the year, that was back when the state championships were hosted. If you came from the east and you came from the west, one year the East hosts, the next year West. I can't remember which. I guess at odd years the East was hosting because that was 1979, and both those games were to be played in Blount County. And instead of playing 2 separate state championship games there in Blount County, the athletic directors got together, got permission, and Alcoa and Lake County played in the first game. They cleared the stadium, opened it back up for the second game, and Maryville Milam played for the state championship in 79. So it's a pretty good idea, pretty unique. And so anyway.
Your stadium staff.
That was the first time that I had ever heard of Lake County, and it seems like to me I was told they were close to the Mississippi River.
Well, have you ever heard of the Donut Palace?
I have.
That's what's left of my donut right there, the Donut Palace, right across from Tullahoma High School. They are a sweet sponsor for the John Ollie Fifth Quarter Show, have been for years. Appreciate them. You need to go over there and find all your good baked goods right across from the Tullahoma High School at the Donut Palace. And we also want to thank Sundrop and that bunch down there at the Sundrop shop. And they're our water sponsor for the John Ollie Fifth Quarter Show. That's at Deja Blue. and it's some good water. So go down there and get you some of that. Don't forget the Legacy Creamery. Go over, it's right across the street from our studio behind the old Coca-Cola building, which is now called the Cokers, and that's where the Grows have that creamery back there, and anything they sell, the money goes to help in the construction of a sports building that will be done over at the Tullahoma High School in honor of Eli Grow. So Eli Strong. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter right after these messages.
Since 1889, Traders Bank has been helping our neighbors realize their dreams. Whether our customers are looking to put a roof over their heads, try their hand at entrepreneurship, or see themselves behind the wheel of a shiny new car, the folks at Traders Bank have always been ready to dive in with them. Because at Traders, we lend you more than just money. We lend you our good name. Traders Bank, you're welcome.
The Gondola, located at 412 East Carroll Street, is Tullahoma's oldest pizza, pasta, and steakhouse, featuring all kinds of pizzas, calzones, pastas and steaks, chicken, pork, sandwiches, and seafood. Check out their daily specials on Facebook. And don't forget that on Saturdays there's ribs and smoked Boston butts. Add a great variety of appetizers and desserts, and come on in, y'all. Gondola has it all. For carry-out, call 455-9738. That's the Gondola Steakhouse, located at 412 East Carroll Street in Tullahoma.
Are your teeth dull, chipped, stained, or crooked? If so, call the dental practice of Dr. Mike Long. For a wider, brighter, more attractive smile, Dr. Long offers cosmetic dentistry at its best through whitening, bonding, and veneers. Dr. Long also uses laser technology, eliminating anesthesia and drilling. When you are ready to enhance your smile, call Dr. Mike Long, family practice dentistry for 29 years.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Well, the rains are beginning to come in this ball game as we're trying to march it on down the field here, and
it had been such a good night.
It had been a beautiful night.
Such an enjoyable night.
Yep.
The sky was beautiful when the sun went down.
It sure was. And again, we're grinding. That's what you want to be able to do. There's going to come points and times in every ball game that you got to be able to grind. And Jacob Dixon's going to get a big first down right there. And good tackle by them. Jacoby couldn't pull his foot through there. And this time,
look there.
Yep.
You can see that rain now. You can't see it on that wide shot, but when it gets up close, you can see it's coming down pretty good.
It's coming down real good. And Ryan Scott, really good read, and breaks one tackle and gets us down inside the 5. And he decides to try to hit Will Parton there. And
is that a penalty?
They called pass interference against them, and they also called them for a personal foul. So we had 30 yards worth of penalties, and we got a yard and a half. I said, that was great timing.
Yeah, well.
So anyway,
Here,
Jacoby puts it in though, and so everybody's smiling on our sideline even though we are getting drenched. And to be a wet situation, I was worried about us on execution there, but they executed it really, really well. So
38-13. Can't ask for a whole lot more than that, can you?
No. It's a good night to open that season up. And there's the last kickoff, and back into the end zone again. It's awesome.
Boom, good shot.
I believe that was Will Parton dropping down from safety there to make the tackle.
What's Owen's number?
Owen is 6.
Okay.
They're going to take a shot at us here, and I really thought we played it about as well as we could, but they said that our hand on that guy's hip was pass interference, so it is what it is, and they run the speed
when he
sweep
was
here.
downfield?
So
lucky he was far enough, so far away, probably I couldn't even figure he would have touched him.
They get called for holding right there. They had 2 different guys tackle us, and we're in pursuit of Cunningham there. And Adam Owen and Owen Stroop make the stop. I believe that was Landon Fouch was the first one there, but you know what really gets you excited when you see 6 of them getting up.
Yeah.
That means we're running to the football.
And glad to be playing. Look here.
And then they fumble the ball, and I can't tell you who got it. I wish I could. But,
one of the bigs.
Well, I thought it was Tydrell, but it may have been Sam Poteet may have been the one that came up with that one. I couldn't tell. I know Tydrell had a shot at it, but I think the ball squirted out from underneath him. And we run Jackson Sheffield there, and Jackson turns it up in there and gets 3 or 4. Connor Parton's in at quarterback. Garrett Harris is in there at guard. We run it right there, following him up in that hole.
Now, is that Sheriff Parton's son?
Yes, Will is. No, Connor's not. Will is. 23 is Sheriff Parton's son. We'll run Jackson again here, and he turns it up. I love the way he lowers those shoulders and gets that body tilt going forward. Not real big, but it's going to be a really, really good football player. Wesley Painter, I believe, is in there.
Would you expect anything else out of that bunch?
No. Brandon Painter, I said Wesley, but Brandon Painter is in there at running back right now.
Wesley, you going back into pass there?
Well, Wesley's his brother. And Wesley played for us back when your son played.
Yeah. Look at here.
And then Connor's on getting an ankle tweaked right here. We thought he had broke his leg, but it turned out x-rays were negative, and so
good.
We're thankful that Connor, he'll be out for a week or 2, but not forever. And then we're having struggles here. We got a lot of backups in, and that's okay.
Well,
it's okay to struggle right now.
Last thing you want to do on a night like tonight, ahead 38-13, is to get a kid hurt. Trying to finish.
Yeah, so anyway, Hunter Parks right here. I'm telling you, Hunter Parks is going to find a way to contribute to this football team.
He just did.
He runs the ball hard. He runs a little upright, but he's running it hard.
Who was that we had run the ball last year?
A lightning strike just took place, and so the game is going to be called with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go. We're not able to shake hands this year. So you just kind of walk by and wave at each other. I don't know. We've got to figure something out as coaches on how we're going to do this, because you're not supposed to shake hands. You're supposed to stay.
Anyway.
You tackle each other for 2 hours, but you're not supposed to shake hands. So you try to go by the rules that have been handed down to us. We do understand. You don't want this virus.
No.
And it is very contagious. If one person gets it, if you're not real careful, you can get, there are teams that did not play this week, Marshall County being one of those teams. They had 8 players, 8 starters. I don't know how many players, but they had 8 starters in quarantine. none of them had tested positive, but they were all quarantined, and so they chose not to play their opening game because 4 of those guys were all offensive linemen that had eaten at a table with a student that had been positive. And so they were in a 14-day quarantine, and so they chose not to play this past Friday night.
Does that go as a forfeit, or does that take their...
The team that they were playing, Columbia Academy, counts it as a win. They count it as a no contest, is the way the rules are written this year.
Okay, but that won't be their bye or off game. They couldn't trade it.
Well, there's several variations there.
Well, it doesn't make sense.
If you and I are scheduled to play each other, and I can't play, I've chosen, my team's in quarantine, whatever. Right. You get a victory, I get a no contest, which means it doesn't count on my record. Okay?
Right.
If both of us can't play, then it's a no contest. Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. I can't play, you can. You go find Team C, and y'all are going to play. Now you don't get the forfeit win, you get what happens between you and Team C. So, and you may see that. You may see that happen this year, especially if you get some outbreaks here or there.
Right.
Like it really rockets up in a community because people aren't socially distancing, trying to protect each other,
right,
etc. Then you may see where coaches will be on the phone scrambling, hey, I just saw where you're not going to be able to play. We're not going to be able to play who we thought you want to get together. And I'll give you an example. Coffee County and we have already talked that if a certain scenario happens, which is a possibility, we may play them twice this year. I don't think that's ever happened, but it may happen this year.
Why not?
Why not? 2020. Let's have some more weird stuff happen.
Do it all.
All right.
But we do have Coffee County coming to town this coming week.
Coffee Pot Week.
So, and we have a coffee pot, right?
We do.
And how many we've had it for a minute or two, hadn't we?
Well, we've got it back finally, and have kept it now for 3 years.
3 years.
So we'd like to make it 4.
Yes, we would.
This makes this old coach's life a little easier during the year.
You don't have to hear those jeers, do you?
It's just
poke
nice.
in the back. You couldn't beat Coffee County, could you, Coach?
You know, and hey, they won last night against Franklin County, so both teams will be 1-0. And, you know, normally that'd be a huge packed out place.
Yeah, it'd be 5-7.
Won't be. Tickets are limited. This is how you go about getting them in Tullahoma. I don't know how Coffee County's doing theirs. Coffee County has 500 tickets, and that's all. Once they've sold them, that's what they can sit in their stands. Tullahoma students from 3:30 to 7, or 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock Monday. Students can come and get a ticket. Okay. Tuesday, parents of football players, band members, cheerleaders, and junior ROTC, the guys down there in the end zone. You may come get you can get 2 tickets on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, well, let me back up on Tuesday. Tuesday, it's 10 to 2, lunch, trying to do the lunch hour time period. Wednesday, it's 10 to 2 and 4 to 6, and the tickets, that's when it opens up to the general public at that point in time. Reserve seat wise, I think I'm told that we have 32 reserve seats left. If you wanted to go by for the next 4 games, reserve seats, so that you're not coming up to the high school every time we have a home game to try to get a ticket. Now, after the coffee pot game, we may revise on how we may sell some tickets at site, but we made a choice 3 weeks ago to pre-sale Shelbyville and pre-sale Coffee County. And that's because we had to see what the stadium was going to look like once we put people in it. Everything was just a plan up until that point in time. And so anyway, and then Thursday, they'll be back on sale if any are left Thursday. And if we have any left, we would be back down there selling them on Friday. I don't expect them to be left by Friday.
Okay.
But that's how you go about getting your tickets this week.
All right. Well, Coach, we'll good win.
Thank you.
Let's get another one.
Let's get another one.
All right. We'll see you folks. Well, it's hard to say we'll see you in the stands because we don't know whether we will or not, but we will see you on Charter Channel 193. You can see us on our live stream of this show on Saturday morning while we're doing it, and then we will also put this show up on our YouTube page and Facebook page. So thanks. Tullahoma Wildcat football's back at it, folks. Sports great. We'll see you next time.